Thank you for clicking on this video. These clips are from my stream on Twitch, and I must put a disclaimer that I am not a professional Beastmoon player. I do not know everything, but I just wanted to put together a little montage about just how to play Beastmoon, because it's kind of hard to understand unless you either watch somebody play it or have somebody explain it to you while you're playing it. So I hope you enjoy the video. So first off, if you want to play Beastmoon and you just don't know where to start, definitely click on this corner. It's a special event. And then you go down to Beastmoon Mayhem, which is currently the event that's going on, which is the NPC one. So go make sure you teleport to the event. Don't join the match if you do not know what you're doing, because that will definitely make you not want to ever play. Just running into it without knowing what to do. Okay guys, to join the Beastmoon match, you click on the event again, you click on Mayhem, and you click join a match. And it will tell you, which is crazy because it will kind of explain a little bit how to play. But just go ahead and join match because I've played this multiple times. And also, this bird does explain a little bit more, but it kind of gets overwhelming trying to read everything. Okay guys, so this will pop up and you click ready to go. Which, of course, this is better to play if you actually know like 5 other people that would play with you. But of course, I'm playing with randos because most of my friends do not enjoy playing Beastmoon. So first, you come into this area, and I personally let everyone choose their form first because I don't want to have any confrontation. So if you look up here in the top right, you can see where other people are going. So I need to go through this one so I can be closer to this other battle. And I do need a pip, so hopefully I can grab one on the way. Yeah, there's a couple over here. Please always look at the map and it will show you where the other people playing is, because you are the little yellow one. And the other little red dots are the other people that you're playing with. First 2 rounds, there's 3 waves in total. The first 2 rounds, they do 2 versus 2. Features are here. The first 2 waves are 2v2, and the last wave is 3 versus 2. So make sure you keep an eye on what people are saying, because sometimes they will just do 2v2 all 3 waves. Sometimes on the last one they do 3 versus 2 to make it go by a little faster. So just make sure you keep an eye on what people are saying in the chat. Also, when playing, please pull in the weaker minion, which is normally the orange named ones, before the ones with the red, because that way the weaker ones go first and have more turns. Which we normally do kill the weaker one first and then deal with the bigger one. But there is a time clock up here, guys. Please make sure you always watch it. Make sure you pick your cards as fast as you can, and make sure you have enough time, like around 30 minutes or so, maybe a little bit more, to dedicate to the game. So I'm going to let them go help, and I'm going to go look around for Time Clam. Which, if you didn't notice, Time Clam does give 2 minutes to the clock. So that definitely helps. Oh, Time Clam might be right here. Yep. Always be sure you say found time out loud so everybody knows wave 2 has been found. Future Sari here. The Time Clam is only spawned 3 times in the match. There's only 1 per wave, and so I just want to let you all know that it's only going to be spawned 3 times. So make sure you keep an eye on the chat and see if each wave's Time Clam has been found. So I'm probably going to be outside because I'm really no use being inside. So what I mean by outside, especially, okay, this is the Celestain map, as you guys can tell. So we normally go up here, the top left area, outside. Of course, there's 2 people outside, 4 people inside. Depending on who the boss is, you might be told to go to a different area. Which we do this battle outside to help the inside battle, because it casts a spell in there for him. I'll still do it. I want this bitch dead. So in here is the base, where you get to pick your form, which a lot of people get confused because if they just come in here without reading about anything, it's kind of overwhelming. There's a whole bunch of things you get to choose from. The ones that are shining, have a little shine around them, is the forms that you're able to pick. Of course, each form does have a free form, so if you do not own any forms, it's really nice because you get to at least try them. Feature Sarah here. The next section is about forms, and this is just my personal opinion about these forms. You can play whatever form you want, whatever one you want to try. These are just my personal opinions about these forms. Again, I am no professional. These are just what I feel about these certain forms. So this section you don't really have to watch, but it's just talking about the forms and what I feel about them. These forms has something different. So if you come over here to like Mithrat is what I normally play. So each of these forms has something different. So Fire Rat does like AoEs, and of course if you level them up and tier them up, they will have different spells, but this is the ones that if it's just level 1. Which my favorite card out of this is definitely the cat, because I love the cats because they're normally at 1 to 2 pips and they're hard hitters. Also, this is a really good thing if you can get up to it, but of course, Fire Rat's not really commonly played. Storm Rat is really good for going against other players because you can annoy the heck out of them and keep dispelling them. Death Rat is really good for its traps. That's mainly what people use them for. Mithrat, of course, is the best one. It does have an AoE, but of course mine's only tier 2, level 2, so I have the AoE currently. Life Rat, I don't see it used quite often, but it does have different heals and attacks. Balance Rat is a good one for if you want to put negatives on. If you use the Fire Pig, I definitely would suggest, if it is Mayhem, do not use the damage over times, please, because it takes longer. These 2 hits are pretty nice. Ice Pig, I don't see it played too often because he doesn't really have too much he offers. Storm Pig, of course, is my favorite. It has a AoE, which is 4 pips, so it only takes 2 rounds for the pig to get it. It has blades, has good hits. Death Pig is good for its trap, and it does have a good hit. Actually, a couple good hits. Myth Pig, I love Myth Pig. Of course, some people don't like it because it does summon a minion, but these are good hits. And if you get enough pips, you can sacrifice your minion and do a good damage in plus a trap. Life Pig is new. I have not seen it played whatsoever. It looks like a fun one, but of course it does have damage over time, which again I don't suggest it. Balance Pig, I have played a couple of times. It's pretty fun. It has a good hit, and of course the negative things are really nice. And to the Minotaur. Minotaurs are pretty fun. Again, if you can avoid it, please don't play fires, because most of the time they just have damage over times, which is not useful in Mayhem, because it does slow down the battle. These 2 are some good hits. This one I do have on this character. I don't really use him unless I absolutely have to, because he doesn't really do much. Now, the Storm Minnow, which was from Scroll of Fortune, is a really fun form to play. It is currently the free form, but it's not going to be next time because they switch it up. But it does have some good hits, and it has a blade. Death Minnow, which I have not seen or seen it played, seems to be, I mean, it's okay. It's not the best. Myth Minnow. This is an AoE, but it doesn't do as much damage as the Mithrat, so he's not really that useful. That's the only good spell. Life Minnow, which I do have on my main character. This is the only good spell. Like, this is good too for healing, and it does bring back people, because some the heal over times do not bring back people. And the Myth Minotaur is good for heals, but it will not revive anybody. that's pretty much everything about the Minotaurs, is the fairies. The fairies are small, but mighty. They don't have that much health. They are called a squishy. It does have a good hit, and it also does have an AoE. If you live long enough, it's a nice AoE. Of course, the fairies, I believe most of them start with 3 pips, so it only takes a couple of rounds to get this AoE if you have it. This is a good hit. This is a good hit. The fire fairy was from a Scroll of Fortune, so not too many people have it. Ice fairy. Ices are mainly just good for shields, I'm not gonna lie. That's an okay hit. That's about it. It's got shields. Storm fairy. I have not seen it played. It is new. It looks like it has 2, oh my god, I cannot think. Blades, thank you. It has 2 blades. It has a few attacks, which seems to be really strong. So this seems like a really fun form to play. Death Fairy. People that know how to play Death Fairy do a good job with it. I personally do not know how to use Death Fairy to my advantage. Good for traps. Has okay hits. If you level up more, it does get better. Myth Fairy. I have played her a few times. Of course, myths are known for summoning minions. It does come to your advantage if you have a minion. It does give traps to all of your opponents, which is really nice. Life Fairy. Life Fairies can heal. They can heal you. Are they good for damage? No, they're not. They're good for keeping you alive, unless they die, because they only have 375 health. Balance Fairy. Was their purpose? I'm not sure. Let me know. This is not an AoE. I thought it was the first time I ever played a Balance Fairy. It is not. 7 pips. It should be. It should be an AoE. But is it? No. Activate healing. So if you... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what this character does. Like, why does she exist? I'm not sure. Elves! Elves are squishies. Very squishy. They will die in like 1 to 2 rounds if you don't have a healer. Again, they are fire. Please do not use a fire unless you have to. The only thing that you can use that does not have a damage over time is this. This is it. But it does detonate, so if you do it over time and you use that afterward, you can kill the boss or mobs faster. Hi Fierce, welcome in. The Ice. The Ice. They have 1 good hit. That's their hit, guys. That looks like a trap. Is that a trap for 5 pips? I guess. I guess. Stormouth is OP. If you have it tiered up, you get a really good AoE. Even if you don't have it leveled or tiered, you still get an AoE at 5 pips, which is really nice. It does take a few rounds to get the pips, but they're a really hard hitter, but they are squishy, they will die. Death Elf. Death Elf is one of my first forms I ever fell in love with. I love playing Death Elf, but of course if there is a storm, I will let them choose a storm. I love the kitty spells again. I love them. Great for blades and the negative thingy bobs. It does have an AoE, but it does take a while to get there, and it will probably die before it gets there. This form, I don't even know if it's new or not. I think it is, because I've never seen it played. This is a really nice spell for AoE traps, and then another trap. And of course, minions, because it is a myth. Life Elf, again, why does it exist? It's going to die before it can even heal you. Enough said. Balance Elf, I do have on my Storm character. I do enjoy playing this character because it does have a 2-pip, 250 attack, which is really nice. It does have an AoE at 5 pips if you're able to live that long, which is really nice. The Dracos. Like I said multiple times before, if you have to use a fire character, don't. They just have damage over time, so they take so long for it to continue. Just don't use fire forms if you can, please. Ice forms. It's good for shields. There's a kitty that does good damage. That might be the only good spell of this character. Death Draco. This is a nice spell. That's a nice spell. It's nice to have a negative thing. That's about it. Myth Draco. Minion. What else do you say? Life. It does have a heal, which is nice. Balance. It has a few decent hits, and it has some shields, and it has some heal over time. This is an AoE if you live long enough, which you have 475, so you might be able to live that long to do that. Next is the Crocs. I enjoy playing the Crocs. So the fire one is new. I've never played it. I don't know if it's going to be in the Scroll of Fortune or if it's going to be something from Hunt that you have to get. So these look pretty nice because it does have hits. It does have damages over time, but these two at least have a hit first and then a little bit of damage over time. This one is an AoE for 4 pips actually, and it's 200 with some overtimes, which is kind of nice. Oh, this is also an AoE, but this is just all overtime. That's kind of cool. Ice. Shields. Decent attack. Mainly shields, that's pretty much again. I love the Storm Croc. Blades, see? This blade is really nice because it gives your teammate a blade and then it gives you a blade too. This is their AoE. Normally you don't use it because 5 pips takes a long time for somebody that starts with just 2 pips. Death Croc, if you know how to use it, it's great. Has AoE trap, wonderful. Everything else, I mean, that's okay. That's the 200 damage is fine. Everything else, no. Again, myths. Myth crack. It has traps. It has a shield. It has minions. Life Croc. Kitty. I love these spells. It cannot revive you. Why does he exist? I don't know. Balanced Croc is a really fun one because you have AoE trap, you trap, good hit. It does have an AoE if you live. Also, this is a swap. So if you have a trap on you and they have a negative on them, just swap it out. It's wonderful. Oh wait, this actually might be the teammate one. Never mind. This is the one that does that. This spider swaps the trap in the shield and then attacks. This one you can just swap shields or traps with your teammate and then give them an extra pip, which is really nice. I do like the Crocs. They're good supports. Appreciate them. Colossuses. Definitely tanks. They are tanky. They have the most health. Again, fire. Please don't use it unless you absolutely have to. He's good for that. Decent attack. This is a AoE, but it's not that great. I love Ice Colossus in Hunt because I have mine leveled up. Actually, I think I have mine tiered. And you can just spam shields. Just spam them. Hits, not that great, but shields, you can annoy everybody with them. It's wonderful. Storm Colossus is good because he has some hits. And also he can taunt, which is really nice. So the boss will attack you rather than the squishy teammates. And then you have 1 trap, which I think if you level it up, it gives more traps, but this is just level 1. The Death Colossus. I don't think I've really played him because I have other forms. This is a decent hit. This is kind of annoying. It's a very slow hit. This is good. This takes forever for 25 damage. This takes forever to do. So really, I'm not a fan of this form. I'm really not. It's a cool looking form, just not a fan. Summon minion. AoE traps. Sacrifice your minion. Life. This is really cool. So you can put this on during a battle and it will take away some damage from your teammates and give to you because you have more health than them most likely. Also, you can revive. If it's a heal over time, you cannot revive, but if it's just a heal, you can revive teammates. I have not seen this form played. It is new. It looks to be pretty cool. Like, I will at least try it out, but I don't know anything about this form, honestly. I've never seen it in play. Onward! The wolves! The furries. Okay, so this one seems to have... Ooh, this is a AoE. But it is 4 pips, and I think they start off of 2, so it might be good. Again, please look and see how many just straight up hits you have if you are playing a fire, because a lot of times they're damage over times and they take forever. Ice Wolf, good for shields. Shields, okay attack. Storm Wolf is wonderful to have in the middle during Mayhem, because blades. This attack takes off damage over time on all of your teammates. Wonderful. And a good hit. Into stuns. So it's wonderful to have in the middle. Death Wolf does have a taunt. That's very handy. It does have a AoE, and I have seen people use the AoE. It just... If you have to use it, it's good, because you do have a good amount of health. But if you don't, then don't. Myth Wolf. Minion. You guys see a theme here. And this one actually has shields too. Balance Wolf has a... This one's really cool because it does give a trap to the mob and then the blade to you, which is really nice. This is a AoE trap, and I believe AoE blade, I believe too. So that's really cool, but of course it is 5 pips, and that's his biggest hit. So that does take a long time. And last but not least is Cyclops, which I don't have that much information about the Cyclopses because I don't really play them. They don't have a straight up hit. It's damage over times. It does have a taunt, which is nice, but that's about it. Shields. That's an okay hit. And a taunt. Myth, did I say Myth? Oh my god. Storm Cyclops. Oh, this is actually 2 AoEs, which is kind of nice. And then the blade. And pretty decent hits. This is actually a really cool form. Hit for 4 pips. It's going to take a long time to get it, but it's a good hit. This is nice because it will steal a heal. So if you're going against a life enemy, that would be kind of nice to have. And then the negative thing is also very handy. Life Cyclops. This is cool because I believe that this, if the person dies, that they put it on the enemy team, that if the person dies, that everyone gets some health back, I believe. That's what it says. I'm not actually sure. I don't think I've seen that played. This is also an AoE, which is pretty cool. And... oh, this is really cool too. So... This will bring back somebody, but of course with only 25 health, and if they're dead, it will bring back them with 2 pips. So if they have a quick attack that they can pull out before they die again, it's quite nice. Myth Cyclops. Traps, blades, shields, you name it. That's a pretty good hit, that's a pretty good hit, and that's not bad. So he's not a bad character. And that is all of the forms that you can pick from. Woo! Let's continue. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And if you have any questions, please feel free to comment underneath this video or tag me in the post on Twitter, and I will try to answer them as best as I can. And I really hope you guys check me out on Twitter and Twitch and all the rest of my socials. Bye, guys!